Alright guys, Barber's Auto Help again. I got a repair review on this video here, and it concerns what's called a fuel line repair. And something common on these 3.8 liter GM motors, the Series 2, the fuel lines, right where they connect to the fuel rail on the engine, they have a tendency to leak. And one of the aftermarket repairs for that is to install this right here, which is a nylon fuel line repair kit. And I got mixed feelings about it. Yeah, they're cheap. Yeah, they work. But there's some cons to it too. One of the cons is I can't put my engine cover back on now, and that's because this line right here is formed, and once you put the fuel line repair kit in, you can't really bend it the way that it was bent before. This is basically a straight shot right here, so rather than making an S like it used to, it's going straight up back towards the firewall there. So I can't put my engine cover back on now. Maybe there's a way you could cut it to make it where it would fit. I'm not sure how to do that really, but in this case I couldn't get it back on. Other than that, the only bad thing about this kit is they're very difficult to install. You see this little union right here? This comes in the new kit. You cut the line off about right here or wherever you want to cut it, and you join this new part, this new elbow right here, which is supposed to fix the leak, onto that barb too, and you join it onto the existing nylon fuel line. That barb is extremely difficult to get into these hoses without kinking and bending and maybe even breaking these hoses here. What I had to do in order to get this barb in is to heat it up with a lighter actually. I don't recommend doing that, and one reason I don't recommend doing that is because it leaked afterwards. That's not the correct way to do it. It leaked after I did it, and I learned my lesson on it. But other than heating up with a lighter, if you use boiling water or hot water, it's still extremely difficult to get that thing in there. So like I said, I heated mine up with a lighter, and it leaked right here afterwards. So don't do that. Plus, you don't want to have an open flame around raw gas. It's flammable. That's a no-no. So after I repaired it again, I used boiling water, and I managed to get it in, but I couldn't get it in all the way. As you can see right here, there's one barb that's still sticking out, but it's just extremely difficult to do. And in my opinion, in order to get the cover back on and to do it right, well, to do it differently, I don't know if you would say this isn't right. I don't want to diss the people that came up with this. This is a great idea, especially if you're pinching pennies. I bought it for that reason. The best thing to do is to actually get the original equipment hose. But that goes all the way from here all the way down yonder somewhere, and that's a little bit of a deal to replace, and the hose is going to be expensive. So, but saving money, if you don't mind not putting the cover back on, it's great. But really, you got to know what you're doing, and you got to have some awesome finger strength in order to get that on. So in that case, it's great, but there's a potential for a gas leak right here. So be careful. Don't overheat that. Don't create a gas leak for yourself. Thanks for watching, guys.